So here I have an LG 32UD99. It's a 4K IPS monitor with USB-C. Now into the monitor, I have this keyboard and mouse connected, and these are both connected to the USB hub built into the monitor. And here I have my Note9. So this USB-C cable goes straight into the monitor. There's no dock or anything in the middle. It's going straight into the monitor at the other end. The USB-C port on the monitor. If I plug it in, you can see we get DeX mode, which is nice. However, the first thing you notice is, well, actually, the monitor is complaining that the phone's only outputting 1080p, not 4K. So I'll dismiss that. And if we hop into settings and go DeX, screen resolution, you can see we're locked at 1080p, right? Or select, I assume that's selecting 1080p, and we can't even pick WQHD. Even though this is a 4K monitor, so it should be able to display that. The other thing is, well, again, since we're outputting 1080p, not sure if you can see that, but the font rendering is a blurry mess. Like if you compare it to the actual pixels of the monitor, you can see that it's obviously an upscaled image that's being sent to the monitor. In fact, you can see here I've set my monitor to 1:1 scaling. And you can see it's actually showing the DeX image as this tiny window because the DeX is outputting 1080p. So I guess your next question is, well, okay, well maybe the Note9 just can't output 4K 60 over its USB-C port. But that's not actually the case. It's actually very capable of outputting 4K 60. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to go and switch to screen mirroring. And you'll see that when we switch to screen mirroring, first, we get the full height, right? And secondly, you can see that it no longer complains about scaling. So the monitor no longer complains we're only giving a 1080p signal. And finally, if we zoom in, so let me get real close here, you can see there's perfect pin-sharp text rendering, which means yes, the phone is outputting 4K. And finally, if I do some actions like that, don't know if you can tell that, I'm going to try and record this in 4K 60, but that is 60 FPS, so the phone is outputting 4K 60 to the monitor just fine. So I guess the question now is, well, if the phone can output 4K 60, then why can DeX not use 4K 60? In fact, it can't even use 1440p, at least on this monitor anyway. Now, I assume the reason for that is that the idea of this monitor doesn't offer 1440p as a supported resolution, only offers 1080p and 4K. But even then, like I would have expected this to offer 4K as an option, but it doesn't. So that's a bit unfortunate. And again, I'll just switch back to DeX, and you can see, yeah, right, we get this tiny window because it's only 1080p output. You can see that there.